So if you look at the first one here, you guys, you can see that I've written 2 multiplied by 3x. Okay, when I talk about multiplication in general, just like, let's do a little aside over here. So something, bringing back to like grade 3. If I say to you guys 2 multiplied by 3, what does that mean? If you had to write it out in words, what does that mean? How do you describe what that means? What does multiplication mean? Sarah?
Like 2, 3 times.
2, 3 times. Okay, so then expand on that. So Sarah said 2, 3 times. But I think we can expand on that because I still think that that isn't clear what multiplication means.
Oh,
Jill?
never mind.
Right? Jordan, Maddie, what does multiplication mean? If I say 2 multiplied by 3, how would you describe that to someone who didn't know what multiplication is? Maybe they know what addition is, but they don't know what multiplication is. How can you relate the two?
Oh,
Sam?
you could add 3 2 times.
Add 3 2 times. Okay, so now we're getting a little clearer. Add 3 2 times. Okay, so who could maybe then bring this into groups? Because usually when you talk about multiplication, when you're first introduced to it, we start talking about groups of numbers. Yeah, Sarah?
3 groups of 2.
3 groups of 2. Okay, so we could say 3 groups of 2. And if I did say 3 groups of 2, usually I would write this way. So how would I say 2 times 3? If 3 groups of 2 is 3 times 2, how would you say 2 times 3? Michaela? Yeah, 2 groups of 3. So this is 2 groups of 3. So we are going to use this to help us solve this question. So if I say to you guys 2 multiplied by 3x, how many groups of what tiles am I asking you to find out? What do we have? Jenna, what'd you say?
2 groups of 3.
2 groups of 3 what? 3x. Okay. Right now, on your page, draw 2 groups of 3x. What does that look like? What does 2 groups of 3x's look like? Draw using the tiles, because if you're using the tiles, it's going to help you see the product of these 2 numbers, a constant and a variable term. Okay, so Jenna, you started this. What does an X tile look like?
It's like a big long rectangle.
Okay, so a long rectangle. So if I have 2 groups of 3x, right there, that's 1 group of 3x. And if I draw the second group of 3x, this is going to give me my solution to this, or the product of these 2 numbers. What is that? What is this product? Maddie, what's that product that I have drawn on the board?
6.
6 what?
6x.
Good. So the product of this is 6x. Okay, so what about the second one? If I tell you guys 3 multiplied by 2x plus 1, what's the product of this going to be? Or, what does this mean? If you had to say this in words, what would this mean? Or what would this be representing? Okay, take a minute to write it down. Draw it out.